Okay. So hello everyone. Yeah. So my name is Piyush Gupta. I'm your trainer. Okay. So yes, it is not morning for me. It is Indian. Okay. I'm currently in India. I'm in actually this particular place called Chandigarh, Punjab, and I speak only two languages, Hindi and English. So Hindi is my first language. English is my second. So I'll try my level best to speak good English. Okay. Right. So and then the second thing is I'm having around 20 years of overall IT experience. So I passed out in 2006. Okay. So from Punjab itself. Okay. So I started my career from Chandigarh. So my first salary was 8,000 bucks, 8,000 rupees. And back then I used to think, oh my God, I was making peanuts. That is what I used to think. And the funny thing is, even today, whatever money I'm making, I'm still thinking it is peanuts only. So I think, this greed never ends. Okay. So in my 20 years of experience, to be very honest, because I see a lot of people facing this challenge. So I'm being very open and honest. Okay. So I got laid off around 4 to 5 times. It was very, very difficult situation that I've seen. Okay. So after working into IT industry for 2 decades now, what I've realized is IT industry is going through some lot of transition phases. Okay, some people actually keep on messaging me, Piyush, should I really focus into Q or should I move into something else? Because I don't see a long-term future. Okay, so is AI going to take away my job? So I get a lot of questions like this. So I really wanted to cover this particular part. Okay, so in fact, the other day, one person specially messaged me saying that, Piyush, I'm not sure what should I do. So I'll tell you what is his exact message. He messaged me saying that we are seeing a lot of changes into IT industry regarding AI ML tester and all over boom currently in the Indian market. How do you see AI ML tester role and opportunity in coming months for the same domain? That is the exact message what I'm reading from my WhatsApp. Okay, so this is what I'll answer, guys. Okay, this is totally my perception. So yes, AI and ML, machine language, they are definitely booming. Okay, and there'll be more and more products and startups in this space. But this is very important. This does not mean that traditional QA and dev roles will suddenly disappear. Yes, so what is happening is your nature of work is changing, but not the need for testers. So yes, AI is growing big time. AI tools can help in generation of test cases. Yes, AI can help in creating scripts faster, finding patterns in bugs, improving productivity. Yes, AI is definitely helping. But you also need to understand that AI cannot understand the business logic properly. Yeah, AI cannot think like a real user. AI cannot validate the real world scenarios. AI cannot take responsibility for quality. It's you. That still needs humans. So yes, AI and ML tester roles will exist, but they'll be niche roles, mainly in companies building AI products. Yes, they will require knowledge of data, models, bias, accuracy, and validation, but it is not something every tester needs immediately. For most testers, the smarter approach, according to me, is you should definitely learn how to use AI, but as a tool, but not fear it. Okay, let me repeat it. You should not fear AI. Okay, for example, you should use AI to write better automation scripts. Yes, I'm also using AI. Okay, so you should use AI to analyze failures, use AI for test data and documentation. Okay, nowadays I'm also using AI for typing faster. Okay, so last week also I showed you a small demo. Today also, like, I'll show you. It's a brilliant thing actually. So testers who combine manual plus automation plus AI tools, they'll be in big, strong demand. Okay. So those who only do basic manual work and do not upgrade, that is very difficult, guys. Okay. So if you are only relying on manual, not getting into automation, it is going to be difficult. Okay. So you may want to upgrade. So my suggestion is do not chase AI tester roles just because it is trending. First, become strong in manual testing. Most people don't care about manual testing only. They think that manual hota hi kya isme? There's nothing to learn in manual testing. No, guys. You want to get good with manual testing first, then get good into automation testing, API testing, CI/CD integration, framework designing, problem solving. Do you think you can do all this overnight? Especially when if you're working for 9 to 12 hours every day. In India, the culture is very poor. There is in time, there is no out time. Okay. Yeah. So, and then you have a family to attend to, correct? Then you want to study every single day also. Okay. So it is not very easy, guys. So give yourself some time. Give yourself some decent amount of time. Okay. Some people say, Piyush, can I become an expert in 2 months? The answer is no, you cannot. My job is not to, give you sugar coated answers. My job is to give you real answers. Okay. If I'm telling you that, I'm here to mentor you. Okay. So please listen to this particular part very carefully. Okay. Slowly, slowly, you want to add AI tools to your skill set. Okay. So in coming months and years, QA is not going anywhere. 10 years back, also, people used to say QA role will disappear. Okay. And that is still not true. Even 10 years from now, people will say the same thing, but QA roles are not going to disappear. Developers will not disappear. Yes, more and more people will write code using AI, but there would be somebody who's needed to validate that code. Okay, AI cannot validate its own code. A human is required. Okay, so yes, average roles will reduce, but skilled, adaptable people will grow. So technology keeps on changing, and this has happened before. Okay, so people who learned and adapted always survived. So you want to focus on upgrading skills, not worrying about replacement. That is my safest long-term strategy. And second thing, what I always tell people is, okay, keep on upgrading yourself and be active on LinkedIn. So just being active on LinkedIn, okay, it opens the doors to a lot of opportunities. Okay, yeah, I'm being very open and honest. In my case, I got tremendous opportunities from LinkedIn. So very surprisingly, I meet some people who say that, Piyush, I don't get much opportunities on LinkedIn. I keep on applying stuff, but I never get any call or something. In my case, LinkedIn is a gold mine. Yeah, LinkedIn is a gold mine. You want to stay active on LinkedIn. Some of you don't believe in the power of networking. No, guys, don't do this. Okay. Always try to interact with people. Try to build as bigger connection as you want. But it's not just about what can I get from people. What can I get? Because if you think like this, it is not going to work. Always think about what can I offer to others. And the funny thing is, if you actually try to give value to people, you will get 10 times more value. But if you think selfish in the first place itself, it is not going to work. Sorry, but this is from my experience. I tried to be selfish for many years. It didn't work out. But when I tried adding value to people, surprisingly, started getting better opportunities, better results. This is the law of nature. You have to give first. From an empty bank account, you cannot withdraw. Yeah. Okay. So this is one thing. Okay, so I'm glad to see that. So there are so many people who joined last time also. So thank you so much, guys. So for keeping your trust in me. And one common feedback that I'm getting from a lot of people is you really liked the energy, the way I was explaining. Thank you so much. Okay, I could not acknowledge each and every one of you in person, so I'm acknowledging you here. Okay, right. So what I would like to do is like, please do watch the previous recordings if at all you're not attended last week itself. So guys, what will happen is, so this is a course on Playwright with JavaScript and TypeScript. Okay, I know some of you still have this question and doubts. Okay, so we'll start with JavaScript. We will study in depth about JavaScript, and I'll assume that you all are freshers in coding. Okay, yes, there are some very super senior people also here in this particular batch, but I'm treating even those people as freshers. For me, everybody is kind of same actually. Okay, so I'll try to keep it slow. I'll try to repeat some stuff because repetition is how we learn a couple of things. Okay, yeah. So we'll start from the basics of JavaScript and eventually we'll move on to TypeScript and finally with Playwright. Let me share my screen. Okay, so we did a couple of things. So any AI tools that you use for your role for QA task? Oh yes, Chitra. And I'll show you one thing that I'll use. Okay, so Santosh, you have a question? Let me know if you have a question.
Hi, Krish. Yes, yeah. Sorry to
Yes,
interrupt.
Santosh.
Just today is my first class. Just why
Okay.
I would like to understand. So
Mhm.
why I need to choose this playwright using JavaScript or TypeScript? I even
Mhm.
we do have Python for
Uh,
using this right
mhm.
for choosing this. Why we need to go with JavaScript or TypeScripting only, and why still we are
Uh,
we are also having the AI tool which will
uh,
automate by itself. No, those type of applications are we are getting. As you mentioned,
okay.
limited resources required. Should be
Mhm.
enough over there.
Mhm.
So it's like in terms of just yeah, as you will we can understand complete depth whatever the technology we are having. Just for maintenance perspective, later we can just go in terms of that level. The people will be thinking, right. Obviously, I understand we need to go everything deeper level. So
Uh,
why this only? Just wanted to understand.
That's a very good question, Santosh. I'm sure a lot of people also had this question, but it's just that they might not have asked. Okay, so I'll tell you firstly. Okay, so that's a very good question. So, guys, you need to understand. So, Playwright is actually developed mainly for JavaScript and TypeScript. And why is so? Why do a lot of companies are actually requiring Playwright with JavaScript and TypeScript instead of Playwright with Python or Playwright with Java or other languages like C Sharp? Okay, so I'll tell you. If we talk about Selenium language, so what is the de facto standard for Selenium? Which is the language? I think you all know. The best programming language for Selenium. You only tell me, Santosh. Hmm.
Yeah, we
Santosh, you
can
there?
use Python or Java both, right? For Scrum.
Yes, but most people actually go with what? Most people actually go with Java, slating with Java. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
currently based what I understand also now people started moving Python because of they can also get into involved for hardware level of testing as well. So I
Yes.
thought like see minimum same level now. Piyush. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So that's a very valid question, Santosh. Okay. So what I would suggest is like, see, Playwright is developed mainly for JavaScript and TypeScript. Why? Because every new feature that Playwright comes up with, okay, usually comes first on JavaScript and TypeScript only. Okay. So yes. So it doesn't mean Java, Python, and other languages don't get those features. Yes, they get those features, but they get those features after some time. After some time, probably after 1 or 2 months. Okay, bug fixes come faster on JavaScript and TypeScript. Documentation is written mainly for JavaScript and TypeScript. And if you look at the documentation also, so biggest documentation is written in JavaScript and TypeScript. Okay, so yes, other languages like Java and Python are supported, but all these bug fixes, all these latest features actually come little later. Okay, so if you want the best support, go with JavaScript and TypeScript. So, but Playwright doesn't tell that you have to go with JavaScript and TypeScript. So they are giving you so many different options. Okay. Yeah. So this is what we can do. Okay. So Amit is also asking me a question. Can someone please share the course detailing? So Amit, I'll share all these details with you, whatever you have. I already have a WhatsApp number, so I'll just ping you whatever you require. Okay. So this is what we can do. Okay. So
No,
guys,
no, sir, I was just thinking that will help those who join new because
oh yes,
this
absolutely. So
will,
I'm about to
yeah.
share my screen and I'm sharing those only.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank
Yeah, yeah. But thank you so much for reminding this. Okay. So guys, now, okay, I'm sharing my screen. Please let me know if you are able to see. Okay. Uh, so some people are very fast. Thank you, Shika. Okay. So I'll share with you guys. Now, I think you should be able to see my screen now. Yeah, is it? So guys, this is one document that I have already prepared. Okay, so this document is for people like who are basically getting into JavaScript, TypeScript, and Playwright for the very first time. You might not have installed Node.js as well. Okay, so last time we have covered a couple of topics like this. Okay, that you want to basically install the Node.js first. So what is Node.js? Node.js is the engine behind JavaScript. In simple words, if you want to run Java, you need JRE, Java Runtime Environment. Simple. Similarly, to run JavaScript on your machine, you need Node.js. So Node.js is the engine, similar to JRE. Okay. So the first thing is you need Node.js. Okay. And then you also need something called as VS Code. So after installing Node.js, okay, so I've written everything. All the screenshots are there. So this is how you install Node.js. And after this, you install VS Code and I've written all these things. Okay. Yeah. And after installing VS Code, I have even written the steps for installing Playwright. Okay, so these are all the steps for installing Playwright. So if you'll follow this document, everything should be crystal clear. Okay, everything should be clear. And if you still face some doubts, like some of you were, okay, you can always drop me a WhatsApp. You can drop a message on the group. You can drop me a personal WhatsApp. Okay, so I'm sure some of you might have my numbers as well. So, okay, so Tanishka is saying, where can I get this doc? So, uh, Tanishka, the document is already shared by Shikha just now, just above your chat. Okay. So, and if you still have any challenges or something, okay, right, you can definitely let me know. Okay. So, this is the preparation of development environment. This is the document that you need to have. And people who are probably seeing me for the first time, quickly, I'll show you. This is me. So, I'm currently working as a senior test architect with 20 years of overall IT experience, very, very active on LinkedIn. Okay, so currently I'm having around 29,000 plus followers at the moment, and I'm planning to scale to 50 to 60,000 followers in the next 2 to 3 years. Okay, so LinkedIn is a gold mine. You can make a tremendous amount of opportunities from here. Okay, so I'm still figuring out LinkedIn stuff. I'm also very, very actively learning LinkedIn and its algorithm. Okay, so this is something I need to understand. And I also tell people, apart from IT, you also need to develop little bit of sales skills, communication skills, very, very important thing. Okay, and of course, the networking skills. Networking skills are very, very important. You want to network with people as much as possible. Okay, right? So, and last time we covered couple of things. So, what did we start with? We started with the primitive types of JavaScript. Okay, so we started with primitive types. So, what we'll do now is, okay, so last time, okay, I'll share my VS Code as well. One sec. So I'm sure now you should be able to see my VS Code also. Yeah, can you see my VS Code, guys? Thank you so much, Nitya, also for sharing. Okay, yeah. So can you please confirm me, guys, if you're able to see VS Code? Okay, perfect. So I want to ask you some questions. Please tell me, guys. Okay, so you can raise your hands. You can also unmute. Okay, so last time we covered some data types. Who remembers all the data types? Just raise your hands. Okay, just raise your hands. We'll try to keep it very interactive. I don't want to keep it just me talking, and you're just listening. No, I don't want to keep it boring. Let us keep it more interactive. Tell me, who remembers all the data types of JavaScript? Is it 5? Is it 7? Or what? Who remembers? Who want to share with everyone? Anyone? You want to drop a message in the chat or you want to unmute and let me know? At least try, guys. We are not here to judge. Okay, we are just here to get better. So we are studying together. Anyone?
6.
Okay, so one by one. Yeah, Yeshika, go ahead.
6.
6. That's a good one. Okay. So you remember what are those 6?
String, number, boolean, null,
Hmm.
and undefined,
Undefined. Okay.
and symbol.
Okay, very well. Okay, very good. Okay, Yeshada. Yeshada, go ahead. Please tell me. What are the data types? You remember? I can't hear you, Shraddha, in case if you are speaking.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Your voice is coming very low, actually. Looks like there is some network issue or your, I don't know. Shika's voice was good.
Okay.
I was able to hear clearly, but somehow your voice is not coming very clearly, very low.
Maybe my earplug issue or something.
Yeah, now it is getting better. Yes, Shraddha. Now go ahead, please.
Yeah, it is a string, number, boolean,
Hmm.
null, and undefined.
Very good. Null and undefined. Okay. So this is fine. Okay. So there is one remaining. Okay. Yes, Arpita. Go ahead. Let us see.
Symbol and begin.
Very good. So Arpita, it looks like you practiced. Okay. Right. Very good. So very good, guys, that you are able to remember. And in case if you're forgetting one or two things, don't feel bad because we are learning something for the first time. And that is very much normal. So these are the 5 data types in JavaScript which are commonly used. And these are the 2 ones that are not very commonly used, but something that we should know at least. Okay, which is symbol and begin. And out of these 7, these are the 3 which we very commonly use. Okay. So, guys, I would request you all to please stay muted. So, thank you. Yeah. Now, and then we talked about the precision points. Anyone who remembers the precision for JavaScript, quickly tell me.
14.
Shikha is saying 14. Okay, that's a good one. Anyone? Try, guys. So now
16.
people are very good. Yeah, very good. So Venkat is saying 16. Anjani is saying
There
16.
are
Very good.
16.
Correct. There are total 16. So now some people who are joining for the first time, I'm sure you are not able to understand what are precision. Let me quickly tell. Okay. So here, if I'll go to google.com, right click, inspect, I'll go to the console, I clear the, okay, there's a shortcut for clearing the terminal. Some of you might remember it is Control L. Okay. Now, what is precision? Precision means how many decimal points are allowed in JavaScript. Okay. So currently these are 16 decimal places. Now if I hit enter, JavaScript remembers all these decimals. Correct. But if I try to go beyond 16, okay, now see, JavaScript has lost all the precision. So what is the precision for JavaScript? It is 16 decimal places. That is what I meant by precision. Okay, right? And then we also, okay, I'll unshare my VS Code. I don't want you to look at the code for now. Okay, because I'm not taking your test, guys. So I'm just, okay, so one sec. I'll unshare the screen. So when I'm asking questions, you don't want to see my screen. Okay, now who remembers calculating the powers? This is something we covered last time. Calculating the powers. Anyone who remembers? Yes. So, okay, somebody raised hand. Let's see. Yashada, fastest finger. Tell me,
It's
how do we
two
calculate powers?
stars. Star.
Okay. Very good, Shraddha. Very good. And these two stars are called as?
To the power.
Modulus.
No, no, these two stars, what is the name of this operator? These two stars are called as a
Exponential.
specific.
Exponential.
Exponential.
Okay, most people actually say it wrong, which is good. Okay, so it is exponentiation operator. I also took a lot of time to remember it. So very good, Shraddha and others. It is exponentiation operator. Guys, I'm so glad you all are interacting. What happened last time? You are all interacting. Very good, Reba, Shikha, Dipanshu, Venkat, Arpita, Venkat. Very good. Exponentiation. Asha, very good. Okay, you spelled it correctly. Okay, exponentiation operator. Very good. Then we have something called as NaN. What is NaN? Anyone who remembers NaN in JavaScript?
Not a number.
Not a number. Correct. So this is something, not a number is what? It stands for NaN. See, first N and last N are capitalized because JavaScript is case sensitive. Okay. Now, when do you get NaN? So we get NaN if we try to do some invalid operations. For example, 0 by 0 is more like an invalid operation. It gives me NaN, not a number. There are some more invalid operations. For example, if I try to multiply my name, for example, Piyush, okay, multiply by 100. Is this allowed actually? Can I really multiply a string with a number? It doesn't make sense. Okay, it gives me NaN. So any operation that I try to perform which is invalid, okay, in that case, JavaScript gives me NaN. And there are some small tiny issues with JavaScript. NaN is actually a part of numeric data type, numbers, but it is treated like an error. So this is a very low priority bug in JavaScript that they have not solved it for many, many years actually. Okay, so NaN is a number, but it is more treated more like an error. So very good, guys. Now, the next thing, when we create a variable, okay, so how do we create a variable? This is how we write. So I'll write for you here. I'm sure you are able to see my screen. Now, what are the two things that are happening in this case? What are the two things? When I'm doing let some variable equal to some value. Last time we talked about a couple of things. We understand the deep meaning. So Venkat is saying memory allocation, one part. Asha is saying declaration and assignment. Brilliant, actually. Shikha is saying assigning. Oh, yes. Very good, guys. So what is happening? See, these are the two things that are happening. Whether it is Java or JavaScript, the concept is same. Okay. So you break this down into two parts, the left side and the right hand side. In the left hand side, whenever you see something called as let, what are you doing? You are creating a new memory location. Okay, you are creating a new memory location. And then what is happening? This equal to is the assignment operator. Means an assignment operator happens from right to left. Correct? It happens from right to left. Okay, so what happens is, okay, whatever is the value that is written on the right will be stored in the container, the new memory location that I've created. So what did we learn last time? Okay, so imagine if this is my memory location. So guys, this is very deep meaning. Okay, why do most people don't make into coding? Because they understand things on a very surface level, superficial level. If you want to get good like me, you want to know things on a deeper level, and coding is not difficult. Repeat after me. JavaScript is easy. I keep on actually telling all my students to repeat this again and again because you want to reprogram yourself. Okay, yeah. So you want to keep on saying JavaScript is easy because JavaScript is actually easy. And the more you say, especially new people, you will actually reprogram your mind and you'll actually get better because your mindset is everything. I'm a big believer in personal development and I read so many books actually. Okay. So if you truly want to get maximum results, try adding personal development and you'll amplify your productivity and power. Okay. Yeah. So, and that is one of the reasons why I am always super energetic actually, because I don't believe in this negativity and all those BS. Okay. So let us see. So when you create a variable, you are creating a container in the memory. Okay. See, we are just creating a container. So let me create a real example. Let counter equal to 0. This is what we studied last time. Okay. So let counter equal to 0 means what? Look at this. I'm saying I'm creating a new memory location. So I'm creating a new memory location. What is the name of the memory location? It is counter. Counter is the name of memory location. Now, what is the need for giving a name? Imagine I don't have a name. How do you call me? You call me sir, you call me X, you call me hi. Yeah, you need something, right, to call me. Similarly, in order to refer to this memory location, you need a name. The name is counter. Now, when I'm saying let counter equal to 0, this is the value I'm storing in this memory location. Most people call this as a variable, but that is a superficial understanding. The deep understanding is you are creating a memory location and you are storing this value of 0. That is the real meaning of variable declaration. Whether it is Java, JavaScript, or any language, this is what's happening. Okay, this is called variable declaration, and that is what we covered last time. Okay, so two things are happening: declaration plus assignment, guys. Okay, so and then if you remember, we have seen something like this: counter equal to counter plus 1. What is happening here? Anyone who can tell me, please raise your hands. Please raise your hands, guys, who understand this particular part. What is the meaning of counter equal to counter plus 1?
It replaces the already declared
Okay,
variable.
okay. That's a good one. So guys, what is happening? Look at this. Let me clear it. So Control L. So I'm clearing it. Now look at this. Counter equal to counter plus 1. What is the meaning? There is one more thing. If you remove this counter equal to part, now the meaning completely changes. Who can tell me the difference between counter equal to counter plus 1 versus this one? Just raise your hands, guys. Just raise your hands.
Maybe you're adding it.
Okay. Yes, Chitra. I'm adding it.
There is assignment.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Your name is Tashika. Okay.
Yes,
Yes, Tashika.
Tashika.
Okay.
In the
One to
first
the
case, we
counter.
are incrementing the value and assigning it to the new value to the memory location we had. In the second one, we are just incrementing the value. We're not saving it anywhere.
Brilliant, Tashika. Exactly. This is what we do. So, guys, this is very, very important stuff. So, thank you so much, Tashika, for this. So, when I say counter equal to counter plus 1, again, assignment happens from right to left. So, what is the current value of counter? It is 0. So, 0 plus 1 is 1, and I'm storing it back into counter. See, in this case, what am I doing? I'm storing it back into counter. So, now counter is no longer 0, it is 1. Okay. And as brilliantly mentioned by Tashika, if I remove this part, now what is happening? I'm simply adding 1 to counter, but I'm not storing into counter. Okay. I'm simply adding 1 to counter, but I'm not changing this counter variable by 1. So now it is still 0. So there's a big difference. Okay. Here, no assignment is happening. In the previous case, assignment was happening. Okay. Now I'll share my VS Code as well. Yes, Santosh, you have a question? Anything you want to ask?
Hi, Piyush. Just so in JavaScript, how it is understanding what type of memory location type we are creating it so that it is accepting the double integers or something like that here.
Oh, okay, okay. Right. See, firstly, I know if you are coming from Java background, you will it's a very normal tendency to keep on comparing between Java and JavaScript. But in the case of Java, what happens is, so you have different data types like integer, byte, short, boolean, and all those things, correct? So all those data types occupy different memory. For example, you have integer. Integer occupies how much? 4 bytes. Are you getting, Santosh?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, I'm listening. Yeah.
So so if I talk about Java, so this box size would be bigger in the case if it is an integer, and if it is even a double, the box size would be even bigger. But in JavaScript doesn't tell us how much memory is allocated because we have a concept called as dynamic typing in JavaScript. So in JavaScript, okay, so all the variables we have to declare using the let keyword or the const keyword. We cannot declare it using int, byte, short like we do in Java. Okay, so I can see so many people actually responding to me. Brilliant, guys. I'm so happy that you're actually you know replying so much. So guys, I would request some people like who don't have a proper name, please give your proper name. Like some people have a name like Galaxy, some people have name as iPhone. Please change it so that I can talk to you so that I can understand who is actually talking what. So very good, guys. Okay, so this is the real meaning. Now look at this. So this is what we just covered. Okay, so instead of doing this, this is more like a repetition, guys. I hope you are able to see my VS Code. I'm on my VS Code machine now. Okay, so look at this. I'm actually incrementing, but this is more like a duplication. Rather than doing this, even better is just go with num++. Why? This is more short, more compact. Okay, you can even do like this. Now, these three things are doing the same thing. So num equal to num plus 1 means, okay, add 1 to num and store it back into num because of the assignment operator. This is called reassign. Okay, yeah, this is what Tashika was also mentioning. Num plus plus means you are incrementing the value by 1. This is always incrementing by 1. Here I can increment by other numbers also, like 2, 3, 4, 5. But here I'm always incrementing by 1. Not by 2, not by 5, not by 10. Always by 1. So if you want to increase by 1, this is the simplest option. Just blindly go with this. And you can even do this. So instead of duplicating or rewriting the same variable 2 times in the same line, so when you have this same variable name, okay, on the left and right of equal to, you can combine this plus and equal to, and you can make it like this. Num plus equal to 1. How to read this? I'm saying take the current value of num, add 1 to it and store it back. Take the current value of num, add 1 to it and store it back because I'm using the assignment operator. Okay, it is same as this only. This is same as this, but this is more compact. So nobody really uses this in the real projects. This is only for beginners, only for learning JavaScript. But you don't want to stay like a beginner, right? Okay, yeah, so this is what you can do. And in this, I'm just adding, I'm not storing it back. Okay, so who remembers this lower camel casing? We covered this last time. Remember? Anyone? What is lower camel casing?
In lower camel casing, we start with this small letters, and then with the like every starting words, we start with the capital letter
Very
in
good,
the
Shraddha.
like.
Yes. So what is the real usage of lower camel casing? Real usage. Why do I actually do it? So Venkat has given a good example. First name equal to Venkat. Very good, Venkat. Yes, Dipanshu. Please go ahead.
Yeah, for better readability, we do the lower camel kissing.
Oh, yes. So guys, you should know why behind everything. Okay. So very good, Dipanshu. So what are we doing here? Yes, Rupa, we are talking about the readability. Okay. So guys, look at this. If I have a variable name like this, some variable and name, firstly, spaces are not allowed. Spaces are not allowed. So one option is just like in Python language, you can use snake casing like underscore. Okay. So let me turn off the copilot. I don't need this copilot. It keeps on giving me unnecessary suggestions. Okay. So this is not allowed in JavaScript. It is actually allowed, but it is not recommended to make it right. Okay. So in that case, what do? We remove the underscore and we capitalize the first character. We remove the underscore and we capitalize. Otherwise, without capitalizing, it is little hard to read. It is little hard to read. So if we capitalize it, now it is slightly more readable. So as Dipanshu mentioned it right, this is called lower camel casing. So the first character of the first word is lowercase and the first character of all the subsequent words are uppercase. This is called lower camel casing. Okay. So even Java people are aware of this because this is the same thing, same convention that we follow in Java. And guys, the best part is if you truly understand JavaScript in detail, you can easily switch to other programming languages also. Okay. Yeah. Because if the base is clear, the foundation is clear. Now it is a piece of cake. Learning any new languages, it doesn't take any time. Hardly maybe 4-5 days or 1 week just to learn the syntax because your basics are clear. So we'll cover the basics actually. Okay. And then we have something called as unary operator and the plus. This is what we covered. Okay. So anyone who can tell me unary and binary? Yes, Meenakshi. You have raised your hands.
Hey Piyush, Vinod here. Sorry, I'm just listening first, like a couple of minutes. It's really
Okay.
conversation is going on, and I just try to understand one thing. Okay. So the goal is here to learn Playwright. I totally understand here it's in language is needed because Playwright is going to work when you are writing the code, whatever the
Yes.
business or whatever the functionality you need to cover to test. Correct?
Yes. Yes.
But but what I'm trying to understand here, one more thing, person need to understand how tool it works because the coding is the part of that because you need to mimic some specific logic or functionality to cover your use cases, right? That's that situation you need to write the code, correct? But person first need to know why we need to write the code, why we need, what exactly I'm going to do with Playwright, what are the like a basic step is required to do so the complete flow with the help of the Playwright script Forget about the under the hood, what exactly code you need to write to cover the whole functionality, right? Just simple login or something, whatever the basic functionality you just want to show, that will give a good background to the students. That give a, like a kind of any like understanding exactly why I'm going to write the code. You know?
Exactly. Yeah. So what we are doing is we are covering from the scratch only. Okay. So we have a proper dedicated curriculum that I have basically prepared from my years of experience because uh, initially when I used to teach people, so I used to teach in a very different manner. But after teaching a lot of students, that is when I realized this is a better way of teaching actually. And most people are able to relate and understand. Okay. So we are going in a very structured manner. So if you still have some queries, I would suggest just hold on for some time. Okay.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure you will be able to appreciate whatever we are going through. But thank you so much for whatever you are sharing, Vinod. Truly
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah, exactly. That's I'm just trying to say, like, if you just give a like a just two classes, little bit demo about the tooling, and after that you can go in deep. That makes sense because person understand what I'm going to do, where I need to understand this language, and
Yeah.
why we need to do implement.
This is how I actually teach. Whenever I'm teaching, I always talk about the why behind something. I
Okay.
don't just really go into something because that is
Yeah, no need
pointless.
to go to the deep in
Yeah.
coding, right? Because right now it's very early stage. People want to understand exactly what the functionality, what the tool,
Yeah.
what exactly we are going to do it. Correct? Thank you.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So fine, guys. So let us move on. Now we were talking about something. What was that? Oh yes, unary and binary. Okay. So who can tell me about the unary and the binary operator, guys? So just do one thing. So please don't unmute from now. It will be very difficult otherwise. So somebody has posted a smiley. I don't know what is the meaning of this smiley. So never mind. So just raise your hand who remembers what is a unary and binary operator. Let us see who remembers it. Yes. Just raise your hands. Just raise your hands, guys. Okay. Yes, Shraddha. What is unary and binary? Some of people are posting in the chat. Okay. Yes, Asha. So plus plus is what? Yes, tell me.
So when we add two numbers, they at the time we add only one plus operator. So
Okay.
in the case of um, like n plus, let's say for example n plus plus, so that there is this
Right.
only one element where we are adding two plus, so that
Okay.
there are no two different numbers we are adding. So in
Mm.
some like in conclusion, it's like for two numbers when adding, there is a single
Mm.
plus we are using when we are using n, or
Yes.
like the number where we are adding it, there are two pluses where we are adding. So in the single one, there are two, that is
Mm.
called binary, and when we are
Okay.
using two pluses, that is called unary.
Very good, Shraddha. Okay. I was also going through some messages. So Tashika, very good. Vikas Kaushik is okay, very good. Unary means one operand. So this is exactly what Shraddha was also mentioning. Unary means one operand, binary has two operands. Okay. Yeah. Very good. Pooja, you're also saying it correct. Okay. So if you see here, look at this. So plus plus is a unary operator. Okay. Unary operator means one. Okay. Plus is a binary operator. Why? Because look at this. I'm doing 1 plus 2. So this plus is a binary because it has one operand on the left, one operand on the right. So it has two. Very, very simple things. While plus is a binary, plus plus is a unary. Okay. So plus plus is what? It is a unary operator. So in this case, plus plus of num is what? It is unary. Okay. So this is what we do. Okay. So, and then num minus minus and minus minus num, same thing actually. Okay. So, and then we also studied one thing last time, that how we create a constant. We create a constant using a const keyword. So I know Java people, you have so many different ways of declaring variables like what? Byte, short, int, long, and all those things. Correct? So in this case, what do we have? We have const and let. These are the only two ways of creating variables in JavaScript. So I know some people will actually roast me by saying that we have something called as var. Why you're not teaching var? Var is something you're not supposed to use. Okay, it is not just var is older way. Yes, it is a very old way, but it is a lot of issues that we'll cover in intermediate to advanced JavaScript. So why do I need const? In simple words, look at this. Pi is a universal constant. So this is a variable that we have seen since the school days. Like if you remember that circle thing, right? We have something called as 2 pi r, circumference of a circle. We need this pi. Pi is a constant. So this is a perfect example of using the const keyword. Use const when you're not planning to change this value, as simple as that. And if you try to change this value, okay, now JavaScript will not throw an error, but at the runtime, it will throw an error. Okay, so if I run this code, so if you remember, I've told you, if you select only these 2 lines of code and you have this play button, okay, why do you get this play button? You need to install this extension called Code Runner by Junhan. That is what we covered. So if you click on the play button over here, now JavaScript will throw an error if I click on the play button. Okay, see, assignment to constant variable. So we are doing a small recap, plus we are also moving forward. Okay, now look at this. Your salary, should it be const? Should it be let? Simple question. Your salary, ideally it should be let. It should not be const. Big problem if you have a salary as const. Okay, so your first preferred choice, always use const as the first preferred choice. Okay, anyone can tell me why am I using completely capitalized letters? Who can tell me this? Okay. Yes, Shikha.
It's a global constant, so that's why.
Okay. So the correct word is universal constant. We
Universal,
all,
yeah.
yeah. Universal constant means we all understand it. It's not just in India, even across the world. We all understand that there are 7 days in a week, whether you are in India, US, anywhere. They're all 7 days in a week. There's no 8 or there's no 6. So for universal constants, yeah, global constant is also fine. Okay. So, but this value is not supposed to change. That is why we all capitalize it just for readability. Anyone who looks at this can understand, okay, this variable is not supposed to change. That is what I mean. Okay. So now time for some quizzes, guys. I know people love this particular part. Okay. So I'm about to ask you some interesting questions. Okay. So let us see who gets it right. So now I'm about to ask a question. So let's see. Okay. So now guys, look at this. I'm saying, oops, let wind underscore speed. So you have to basically do a couple of things. Firstly, you need to tell me the output of this code. And secondly, you have to tell me a small minor issue. Okay. So I'm deliberately making a small issue in this code. Okay. So wind underscore speed. Okay. Plus equal to 5. And then I'm doing wind underscore speed minus minus console.log wind underscore speed. And in case if you're wondering what is console.log, it is just to print a value into the console. Just like in Java, we have system.out.println. Okay, same thing. Okay, so yeah, please tell me the output, guys.
It's 80.
Okay. Come again, please. I didn't get that.
It's
Okay, some of
80
you are
value.
saying, okay, Murthy is saying 80. Very good. Okay. Some of you are posting 81, which is okay. Nishit is actually also telling very good, Nishit. So yes. So Nishit has told that the challenge in this case is camel casing is not followed. Okay. So how do I fix it? Okay. So I'll fix it by doing okay, I'm using a shortcut here. I'll not tell you what is that shortcut, but very cool shortcut. So I'm pressing something on my keyboard. And if you see, there is only one single cursor. Now I'm about to press something and I'll tell you this part later on. So look at this. Can you see multi-cursor? I'm pressing that key again, that surprise key. Okay, see, now it is multi-cursor. Now I'm about to basically change 4 lines at the same time. This is how we do. Very good, Nishit. Okay, now what is the output actually? Let us see. So we'll go from top to bottom, guys. It is very easy. So what am I doing? I'm creating a memory location. I'm calling it wind speed. And what am I doing? I'm storing this value in that memory location. That is what I mean. Most people call it variable, but real meaning is I'm putting this value 76 into a newly created memory location called wind speed. Now, on this memory location, what am I saying? Add 5. Okay, add 5. What is the current value? Add 5 and store it back. 76 plus 5 is 81. Okay, so now the updated value of this wind speed memory location is 81. So at this point, the value is 81. Now we'll go one level down. Okay, now in the line number 103, we are doing wind speed minus minus, means take the current value, which is 81, subtract 1 from it and update it back. So now in this case, value is 80, not 81. So some of you who actually mentioned 81, that's okay, guys. It's okay to make mistakes because I'm not your manager. I'm not giving you a negative rating. Okay. So you are allowed to make as many mistakes. Okay. And this is one BS that we have learned since childhood that, okay, making mistakes is not good. Actually, making mistakes is better because that is how you learn from it. But repeating the same mistake is a crime. You're not allowed to do the same mistake again and again. Okay. Yeah. So this is what we do. So very good, guys. So I'm very happy to see so much things. So Shraddha is asking what if minus minus is before the variable. So Shraddha, this is something, okay, we'll talk about this prefix operator. This prefix operator works slightly differently. So I don't want to confuse people here. So I'll explain it, but not at this particular moment of time. Okay. So Shika is asking AT or variable name issue. No, Shika. See, the issue was I was not following the lowercase convention. I was using wind underscore speed. I hope you understand. So underscore technically is allowed, but it's not a good recommended practice. I hope you get it now. Okay. So this is the first thing. Okay. So guys, now the next thing is, so Dipanshu has a question. Yes, Dipanshu, go ahead.
Yeah, Piyush, like I answered 81. So I just have one doubt, like wind speed minus minus is not assigned. So that's why I answered 81.
Okay, I totally understand what you're saying, Dipanshu.
Yeah.
So in the case of wind underscore speed, so internally what JavaScript is doing like this only. Wind speed equal to wind speed -1. That is internally what JavaScript is doing. Even though you can't see assignment operator here, still it is actually changing it back. Let me just run it for you. Okay, let me run it for you. So now look at this, Dipanshu. See, I'm getting 80. Is it now clear?
Okay. Yeah. Fine.
Okay. So guys,
Yeah.
I'm really appreciating when you guys ask me questions, and don't think that any question is silly. What will people think about it? Heck with what people will think about you. In fact, let me tell you something. Nobody is interested in what you're thinking. Okay. Because everybody is busy in their own problems. Nobody has the time to think about you. So be very blunt. Whenever you have any question, you can feel free to ask me. Okay. So the next part. So this is what your wind speed is all about now. Okay. So, and then we have something. Most people don't talk about this, but we should know this part. Let's say I have a very bigger number, something like this. Now, please tell me, is it easy to read this number? Is it easy to read this number? No, it is very, very poor. Okay, it's very hard to read this type of number. Okay, so even I can't read it. So how do I make it readable? This is there in Java also. This is there in Java also. What should I do? How to make it readable? After every 3 numbers, use underscore just to make it readable. Okay, yeah, this is how you can make a number readable. Okay. So you can write underscore and you can remove this. And okay, so this underscore is only for readability. At the runtime, JavaScript will completely ignore it. Okay, so when do you use this underscore? Maybe if you have a bigger number like a credit card number, 16 digits. Is it easy to read a credit card number? No. Now, if you have a credit card or a debit card, take it out right now and look at the numbers. You will see there's a space after every 4 digits. Okay, there's a space after every 4 digits. Why? It is only for readability. Okay, so it is not like I have to use underscore only after 3. I can use it after 4. Like we have something, say 4 numbers. Okay, let me write some numbers here. So what should I do now? After every 4 numbers, I'll use an underscore. Why? Just for readability, guys. After every 4 numbers. Okay, so look at this. Okay, so this is for readability. You should understand this. And this is what? This is 1 trillion. Okay, this is 1 trillion. So the underscore doesn't change the value. It is just for humans to read it easily. Okay, so we have covered this particular part. Okay, so and then the next part is, okay, so variable naming rules. This is something most people don't know. So we are about to learn something called as variable naming rules. Okay, now I'll tell you something. So like somebody was asking me in the chat itself, Piyush, any specific AI tool that you use? Yes, I'm about to show you one AI tool. I'm not showing you. I'm just demonstrating it to you. But I'll not tell you the name right now. Okay, so I'll tell you. So whatever I'll say, that AI tool will actually write it in the command prompt. Okay, in the VS Code. So how does it help me? So if I'm drafting longer emails, it is very painful to write. Type so many bigger sentences. Now with this tool, okay, so what do I do when people send me a reply on WhatsApp? Yes, I do have WhatsApp on web. I don't have to type. I have to just speak, and that tool will actually transcribe. It will just write it for me. Now I'll tell you. See, I'm about to say variable names cannot start with a number. See, Very cool feature. Okay, so this is the first variable naming rule. So we are about to learn variable naming rules. So the first rule is variable names cannot start with a number. So the second rule is, okay, so variable names can only contain letters, digits, underscore, and dollar sign. Okay, again, see, if I don't use this AI tool, and what if I type this manually, it will take me at least 10 to 15 seconds. I have saved so much of my time. If somebody is interested to know about this AI tool, you can drop me a WhatsApp. Okay, and I'll help you with it. Okay, so this is just a game that I'm playing. Okay, it's not like I want to just make it secret or something. So, and I'll reveal it very soon, actually. So, okay, so basically, I'll give you this. For example, 3 numbers. This is an invalid variable name because I'm starting with the number. This is invalid, not allowed. Okay, so variable names can only contain letters, okay, digits, underscore, and dollar. See, dollar is allowed, underscore is allowed, but that does not mean I should use it. So we should never use underscore and dollar, even though it is one of the rule. Why? Letters and digits are good enough, actually. You don't want to use underscore and dollar. You don't want to use. Okay, right? So, and then the third one is, okay, we cannot use any reserved keyword for creating a variable name. Okay, yeah. For example, new keyword. Even for Java background people, you know, new keyword is for creating an object. New keyword, not allowed. Function keyword, not allowed. So what are keywords? These are special reserved words that are already used in JavaScript. So JavaScript says that please don't use it. Why? This has a special meaning in JavaScript. New keyword has a special meaning. Function has a special meaning. So other than these, use anything else. Okay, but don't use them. Okay, yeah, so don't use them. So this is the third naming rule for JavaScript. Okay, yeah. So, and the next one is, look at this. Never use an uppercase letter for creating a variable. Wow, very cool, no? I'm very fast in typing now. Okay, so never use an uppercase letter because uppercase letters are reserved for constants, universal constants. Okay, and then the last one is make sure that the variable names are descriptive. That's the last one, guys. Okay, what does it mean? It means never create a variable called X or Y. Why? Today you might remember what is this X variable, but maybe 5 days later, 1 week later, you will not even remember only why you created this variable. Never create a variable like this. It's a very poorly written variable. So if you create this code, send it to your lead for approval, he will reject this code. He will actually give you a review comment saying that please change the variable name. Okay, yeah, okay. So Tashika is asking what is my WhatsApp number. Okay, so I'm not getting any option here. Meeting chat, I don't know. Yeah, meeting group chat. So guys, I'm posting my WhatsApp number here. Okay, yeah. So Chitra is asking cursor. No, this is not cursor actually. Okay, you're playing also. So very good. Okay, so these are the variable naming rules. You don't want to cram them. Ratta nahi marna iska. Okay, you just want to see these names after every few days and you are good. Okay, like somebody is asking what is the best way? How I learned JavaScript is, and if I'm learning a concept, I'll write down, I'll make my own notes. Okay, and then after 2 or 3 days, again, I revisit the topic after every 2 3 days because I know repetition is how we learn anything. Okay, yeah, repetition, very, very important. Okay, so that is something that we can do. And let and const, I'll write, let and const were introduced in ES6. What is ES6? This is a special JavaScript version that was launched in 2015. So in the year 2015, there was a very major change, very major upgradation that happened in JavaScript. Okay, so we call it as ES6. So all the modern JavaScript features were introduced, like destructuring. We'll understand this destructuring syntax later on in advanced JavaScript. We'll talk about classes and objects. Asynchronous programming. Most people are afraid of promise concept. I know this is one topic that it took me more than 2 years actually to understand thoroughly. I'll make sure you guys will get this promise. Okay, this is my promise to you that you will get this term called promise. Okay, so this was introduced in ES6, guys. Okay, and very important rule that you should follow is always use const. Okay, always use const as the first preferred choice. Okay, use let only when if you are 100% sure that the variable might change in the future. Might change in the future. Okay, right? So now one quick question for you. Is this allowed, guys? Can I do this? Without using let or const, can I create a variable name like this? Last name equal to Gupta, like this. If I run this code, will JavaScript throw an error? What do you guys think? Try, guys. Try. Or you can post in the chat. You can even unmute, whatever works for you. Venkat is saying no error. Chitra is saying no error. Tashika is saying default assign. Okay. This is a very terrible way of creating a variable. Actually, it is allowed in JavaScript. Okay, it is allowed in JavaScript, but you will not get any error. You will not get any error, guys. Okay. So is this allowed? The answer is yes. Let me show. Console.log last name. So if I just select this code, okay, so JavaScript will ignore everything else. So whatever is the currently selected code, this run code extension is very powerful here. See, it is allowed, but we never do this. Never, ever do this. We'll understand the var keyword later on. Okay. Yes, Santosh, go ahead.
So Piyush, is that like if we don't write that let or constant, what JavaScript will understand? Is that a let or a constant?
It is actually like a var.
Okay, but
Which
yeah,
is
still we can change it. Is that will understand again if you want to modify it?
Oh, you cannot do this. Suppose if you do let name equal to Gupta, can you do like this? Okay, let me show it to you. So if I do like this, let last name equal to, what should I do? Maybe hello. See, in this case, this is allowed. But if I try to use let one more time with this last name, now it is not allowed. See, that is what JavaScript has so many weird issues like this. That is the reason why we want to use TypeScript. Why do most companies look for TypeScript? Because of these silly issues. Because you don't have these type of issues in TypeScript. Okay, so to make JavaScript stricter, just like Java, we have a language called TypeScript. Okay, quickly I can just give a small demonstration. Suppose if I create a new file called TypeScript.ts. Okay, so now in the case of TypeScript, I create a variable. Let counter, okay, let's say let counter 1 equal to 100. Now, what is happening here? So counter 1 will only contain numbers. Just like in Java, we have integer, right? So that variable is not allowed to store any other value other than integer. Same in TypeScript now. Can I do counter 1 equal to something? Hello? Not allowed. TypeScript is immediately flagging. Type string is not assignable to type number. Okay. So, but if you do the same thing in JavaScript, you will not get any error. You will not get any error. Okay. So that is why, okay. So this is one reason why TypeScript is super powerful and it helps you catch the errors quickly. That is why we all actually want to use TypeScript because it helps you find the errors quickly. So TypeScript is very simple actually. Okay. It is just a wrapper around JavaScript. It is a superset of JavaScript. So after covering JavaScript in detail, we'll then move on to TypeScript and we'll study this in detail. And it is very easy, guys. Even for beginners, you will easily understand it. This is my trust upon you. Okay. Yeah. So this is how we can do. Okay. So this particular topic is over, guys. Now we'll start with the next one. Okay. A very interesting coding exercise. Okay. So some of you actually messaged me. So the other day, there was this girl who actually messaged me saying that, Piyush, coding increases my heartbeat. Yeah, this was true actually. Okay. She actually messaged me saying that, Piyush, coding increases my heartbeat. And that is what when I remembered, she's not exactly, I mean, most of us are like exactly her only because most of us have this fear. We don't just voice it out, as simple as that. Okay. So now I'll give you a very simple program. Okay. And we'll solve it together so that I'll remove this particular fear from you that coding is not difficult. If your logic is in place, which you can build with repeated practice, you can easily understand coding. Okay. So now what we'll do is we will create our very first coding challenge. So I'll do like this, coding1.js. Okay. So what is the problem statement? I know most of you have seen this particular problem. Some of you even know the solution, but you have just crammed the solution. And even as an interviewer, okay, if somebody just gives me the crammed solution, I don't like it. I want people to think through the solution. Don't just give me just crammed solution. No, not interested. Okay. So you have two variables. Let a equal to 10. let b equal to 20. These are the two variables that I have. Correct. Now, what I want to do is I want to swap these two values. I know most people have seen this. Okay. And I know you can easily tell me that temporary variable and all those things. That is fine. But I don't want that. I'm looking for a thought process. Why do I have to do all this? Okay. So if I have two variables, let a equal to 10, let b equal to 20. What is happening in the memory? Let us understand now. Okay. So let us understand from the memory point of view. So in this case, I'm having two containers in the memory, A and B. Correct? Two containers. So in the first container, let me call it A. Okay. And then the second container, what I'll create is I'll call it B. So if I'll use this, so this is my second container. Okay. So what is the name of the second container? I'll call it B. Whiteboard is brilliant to teach these type of topics. Okay. So this is my B. This is my A. Okay. Now, what is the value of A? The value of A is 10. The value of B is 20. Okay, I know most people will tell me that you simply just swap it using a temporary variable and those things. That is fine. I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for your thought process. Because if the thought process is clear, not only you can solve this problem, you can solve any type of problem. So the objective is not to solve the problem. The real goal is, see, the real goal is, what is the real goal? Real goal is to develop the thought process. How do you develop the thought process? By repeatedly solving these type of problems. Only by doing some, you can say, imperfections. Only by doing some repeated mistakes. That is how we get better. That is the real goal. We don't want to just cram the solution thinking that, wow, I'm able to solve it. No. Okay. So how do we solve this type of problem? At the end, okay, the value of A should be 20, B should be 10. I want to swap these two values. But how do I swap? A container is allowed to contain only a single value. Okay, a container can store only a single value. It is not like my basket that I have in my home where I can put multiple things. No, this is not like that type of basket. This is a basket or a container that is allowed to store only a single value. Okay, so now think, guys, what if I try doing this? What if I try to add 20 here? What if I try to add 20 here? What will happen? This value would be lost. This value would be lost. Okay, so can I really just do, okay, so in that case, what should I do here? If I do like this, okay, so what am I doing? A equal to B. How to read this part? How to read this? Okay, I'm saying take the current value. Let me use AI. Take the current value of B and store it into A. Because store it into A. Because B is on the right. Whatever is on the right, take that value and store it whatever is on the left. That is how this assignment works. Assignment always works from right to left. This is something you need to understand. Okay, so take the current value of B, okay, and store it into A. So, and if I do this, the value of A would be lost. This 10 is no longer there. Now, A is also 20, B is also 20. So, objective is not achieved. So, we cannot do this. We cannot do this. So, what should I do now? So, before I store this 20 into this A, what I will do is I'll create a new box. I will create a new box. Why? So that I can preserve the value of A before updating the value of A. This is the solution. Most of you actually know this, but you have just crammed the solution. Okay. So what I'll do is before I store this 20 into this, I'll take this 10, I'll copy it and I'll store it into this new box. And this new box, what is a good name for this? How about if I call it as a temporary variable? Okay. So if I call it as a temporary variable, let me show it to you. So what should I call it? This new box. Let's call it temp here. Why? It is a temporary placeholder which is storing this value 10 temporarily. Now, can I put this 20 into this 10? Yes, I can do. So what should I do here? I'll remove this 10 and I'll update to what? I'll update the new value called 20. This is what is happening. So how do I get this? By using B equal to A. But before doing B equal to A, what I have to do? I need to store the value, current value of A into a temporary placeholder. I can call it temp or I can do something. So let me call it as temp. Let temp equal to A. What is the meaning of this? I'm saying this is assignment operator. Assignment happens from right to left, right hand side to left hand side. So what is the meaning? Take the current value of A, store it into a new memory location because I'm using let. Let means create a new memory location, call it temp, and store the value of A. So now A has a 10, temp also has a 10. Okay, both these memory locations have the same 10. But now in the next line, I am replacing 10 with 20. So now A is no longer 10, A is now 20. Okay, so my first part is achieved. I wanted, instead of 10, I wanted 20. So this part is achieved. Now what should I do? I know even most people who are learning coding for the first time, they can also tell me, what should I do to have 10 over here? What should I do to have 10 over here? Please tell me, guys, especially people who are into coding for the first time. Yes, Dharani.
B.
Okay, very good. Okay, so what should we do here? See, this is what we do. I'll do what? I'll tell you. See, in this case, so what I want to do, I want to put this 10 into this 20. That's it. How do I put this? How do I write this in JavaScript? So I'm taking 10. So 10 should be on the right side because assignment happens from right to left. Okay, so I'm saying equal to A. This is what I want to write. Okay, so I'm sorry, not equal to A, equal to temp. That was what I mean. So I'm saying take the current value of temp and put it where? Put it into B. So this is what I want to write. B equal to temp. Okay, yeah. So now if I do this console.log A, and then finally I can say console.log of B. Okay, so most people have just crammed the solution. They don't know why they are doing. That's a very poor way of solving it. So if I'm your interviewer and if you give me just the crammed solution in just 15 seconds, some people are very confident saying that, okay, I can give the solution in 5 seconds. I immediately understand that that person is not even thinking because he's just giving me the crammed solution. I'm looking for your thought process, guys. See, what are interviews looking for? Interviews are looking how you think under pressure. And if you're trying to impress the interviewer by giving the solution in 5 seconds, you are actually hurting yourself. Okay, you are actually hurting yourself. Okay, so Murthy, we'll talk about the solution as well. Okay, so now if we do this, click on the play. Look at this. A is now 20, B is now 10. That is how we solve this type of problem. That is how we solve this type of problem. Okay, so but this is one solution. This is just one of the ways. Okay, one way. So one way is, so the first solution is use a temporary variable. Use a temporary variable or a temporary placeholder. Okay, or a temporary memory location. But the challenge in this case is some people say that you are unnecessarily wasting memory because you are creating a new memory location, because this problem can be solved without using a temporary memory location. So now we are about to see a second solution. Actually, most people actually just cram the second solution. So the crammed solution is somebody saying something.
Sorry to interrupt. Yeah. Like in Python, we use Pythoning swap, right? We can use here this.
Okay, so I'm not sure what you mean because Python language, it's been ages actually that I've worked on Python. So
No. I'm just asking that, like A comma B equals to B comma A, we will do the direct swap. We can't do this here.
We can do this, but there's a syntax called as destructuring syntax. So there's a syntax called as destructuring, but that is advanced JavaScript. If I'll try explaining now, most people will fall asleep. I don't want to share this now. So there's a
no, I'm just asking like.
But it is there. It is there, Dharani. Okay, right? So
Okay,
we
and
have
one more doubt.
Yes, please.
Like in console.log, we can't bring write as A comma B in console.log.
No, we can do that. For now,
We
I was
can
just
do
trying to keep it simple. Yeah, we can do this. A comma B. That's also allowed.
No,
Yeah.
I'm very completely new to Java, so I don't know. I'm just asking regarding the Python.
Yeah, so you can ask me as many questions, guys. That is the reason you are joining this live class. Otherwise, there are tons of simple and cheap courses out there, right? Why are you joining the live class? Because you want to pick my brain. You want to talk to me, you want to interact, and I truly appreciate it. So no question is silly. Okay, so that's a good one. So there's a solution called destructuring, as Dharni was saying. Okay, sorry if I'm not pronouncing your name properly. It's somewhat new for me. So now we will talk about a third solution. Second solution, this is tricky. I will not explain it to you right now. We'll talk about a third solution, which is called as without using a temporary variable. Because sometimes if you give it to the interviewer, he might tell you, okay, this is fine, but now I want you to swap the two variables without using a temporary placeholder or a temporary memory location. Because he might argue with you, that you are creating a new memory location. You are unnecessarily wasting memory. Okay, so he might tell you this. Okay, so in this case, what do we do? Let us see. Let us try and solve it now. So I'll remove this. So A is 10, B is 20. Okay, yeah. So most people can actually tell me, so the solution is what? Say, like some people have actually given it to me. I'll share the solution. Look at this. If you look like this looks like a crammed solution. A equal to A plus B, B equal to A minus B, and then A equal to A minus B. This is fine. But if you just give it to me without thinking, I'll reject the solution, as simple as that, because immediately I'll understand that you have just crammed the solution and you're just giving me that. Again, you're not sharing the thought process. I'm rejecting the solution. Okay, so now what should we do? We'll talk about how do we use the temporary without using the temporary memory location. Okay, so Vikas Kaushik is saying using addition, subtraction, multiplication. Okay, yeah. So Amit is saying, can't we do this B equal to B minus A, then A equal to A plus A? So Amit, if it is giving you an answer, okay, yes, you can do. Yes, you can do. But if you're getting the right solution, I want you to think the solution. Okay, so what is the solution that we can use? Okay, so guys, let us see a brilliant example again. So imagine, guys, in this case, what I'll do, I'll create a new whiteboard here. I'll create a new whiteboard. You can easily understand this part. So now we're about to see something very interesting here. So what I'll do, I'll draw two whiteboards. Imagine these are two papers. I have two papers here. These are my two papers. On the first paper, I have A. On the second paper, this is a real paper. Imagine this is a real paper. Okay, so the first paper, I'm calling it A. The second paper, A4 size sheet, I'm calling it B. Okay, now on the first paper, I have a value of 10. On the second paper, I have a value called 20. Now, what I want to do is, at the end, what I want to do is, I just want, okay, A should contain 20, B should contain 10, but I'm not allowed to use a temporary variable. That is a restriction that I have. Okay, how do I solve it? So beginners will love this solution. Okay, so beginners will love this solution, especially because I'm about to show you a technique, okay, that you don't even need memorizing the solution, because memorizing is a very poor way of solving it. Okay, memorizing is a poor way of solving it. So now, guys, think about this. Okay, so I want to do some calculations, some operations wherein eventually it should be 20, it should be 30, but it may be some intermediate operations also that might be required. Now think, guys, what if I do this? What if I do this? Now imagine, what if I'm doing this? On this paper, if I do A equal to A plus B, see, I'm just trying to do some hits and tries, some permutations and combinations. Is it working? I don't know. Let us see. What if I do this, A equal to A plus B, and store it back into A? Let us see. What happens here? I'm just thinking. Okay, so I can clearly see A is 10, B is 20, and if I do A equal to A plus B, what will happen? A plus B is what? 10 plus 20, 30. And then I'm saying store it back into A. Because of this assignment operator, yeah, because of this assignment operator, what am I saying? Store this 30 back into A. So A is no longer 10, now it is 30. Okay, now look at this. A is now 30, B is now 20. See, now you don't even need cramming here. You don't even need cramming. What should I do? You only tell me, guys, especially beginners. I'm asking question to those people who are learning programming for the first time. Now, please think about this. What should I do with these two papers that I should get B as 10? A is 30, B is 10. What operation I can do so that B should be 10 actually? You tell me. Anyone? What should I do here? You don't even need cramming. B equal to A minus B. Very good, Anjani. Correct? Okay. Yeah. This is what we have to do. So B, let me write like this for you. B equal to A minus B. Is it going to work? We don't know. We are just doing some combinations here. That is how you showcase your thought process to the interviewer, that I have not crammed the solution. I'm thinking. So if I do B equal to A minus B, so A minus B is what? 30 minus 20 is what? 10. And I'm saying B equal to means whatever is on the right, store it back into B. So now B is what? It is 10. B is no longer 20, it is 10 now. Okay, now you guys tell me again. This is very funny, very interesting. What should I do? What should I do with these two papers that A should be 20? So what should I do so that A is 20 now? A equal to A minus B. Brilliant. This is how we solve it. This is how we solve it. Now, please tell me, guys, especially beginners who are learning coding for the first time, is this difficult? This solution, the way we are learning, is this difficult? A equal to A minus B. Immediately, see, till few years back, I also gave this cramified, this rectified solution to the interviewers. And then I was wondering, why was I not getting selected? Okay. Later on, I realized that I need to think in a much better way. Please post in the chat, guys. Okay. So I would like to hear from you. Are you able to understand the solution? Okay. Please post yes, no, or something. Okay. Yeah. Please post in the chat. Okay. I remember Arpita. She mentioned that she's learning coding for the first time. I remember it, Arpita. So other people,
Yes, sir.
Nishit, okay. ऐसी confidence आते हैं Arpita. So good. Meenakshi is saying yes. Nishit is saying yes. Kavita is saying yes. Okay. This is how we solve these type of problems. So guys, and the best thing about solving this problem is now our brain is thinking in a much better direction. If you try to solve these type of problems, imagine you solve these type of problems every single day. Imagine by the end of 30th day, your brain is getting sharper and sharper. It is like muscle actually. Yes, I'm very much into weight training. Yeah, I love gymming. That is something I truly love it. Okay, that's a part of my life. That is why even though I'm 42, I don't look like 42. Yeah. Okay. So coming to this, like I was talking about this gymming example. So in the case of gymming, what happens is if I go to the gymming every single day, I'm building my muscle. So muscle has to be built every single day. Similarly, coding is like a muscle. Similar example, similar message, what I posted today itself. Coding is like a muscle. If you think that you can drink a tonic or something and you can just get better in one day, the answer is no. It doesn't work that way. Okay. Yeah. So you have to build your coding muscle every single day. Just like you eat every single day. Yeah. You take bath every single day. You brush your teeth every single day. You have to practice coding every single day. If you're not doing it, then you don't have the right to complain that why am I not getting better in coding? Okay. If you can take out 15 minutes for watching reels, you can definitely take out 15 minutes for basically for your self improvement. Okay. Yeah. So this is how we do. This is how we solve the problems. Okay. So this is how we solve it. So I'll just post this solution here. But again, okay, now let us see console.log A comma B. Okay. So this is what we do. So now I'll comment out everything here. Okay. Now I'll run this entire code. Let's see the output. 20 and 10. A is now 20, B is 10. So, okay. So some people say this is more optimized solution. This is fine. We are not creating a temporary memory location. This is also okay. And there's another way called destructuring. So one point what I'm trying to make over here in JavaScript, okay, there can be multiple ways of solving the same problem, just like any other programming language, whether it is Java, Python, any language, there can be hundreds of ways of solving the same problem. Okay. Yeah. So only by doing it, you get better and better. Okay. Yeah. So when I started teaching, I was very pathetic. Yeah, I was a very pathetic teacher. I used to stumble and I used to do a lot of this ahs, and all those things. Okay. So by doing a lot of practice, by being imperfect, I was ready to be embarrass myself. Yeah, that is how I get better. Most people are like, I will not do anything that will take me out of my comfort zones. The only way to get better is by coming outside of your comfort zone. That is how you can get better. Okay. Yeah. So outside my IT skills, I focus a lot on speaking skills, communication, sales, marketing, very, very important skills, powerful skills. If I'm not good with sales and marketing skills, I don't think I can basically grab a good package because I should know how to sell myself better. Some people say I'm an IT guy. Will I sell soap? The answer is heck with it. If successful people can sell soap and they can make a lot of money, you better learn it. Okay. Yeah. So you want to get confident, guys, because confidence is the key ultimately. So I want you to just remember one thing. If you truly want to make a lot of money in 2026, even though some people say it is a recession, even though some people say there are so many layoffs, this is my formula and I still follow it every single day. I will be bold. I will be loud. I'm super confident. You can see from my voice, I can't fake it. I'm bold, I'm loud, I'm confident. I care a damn what people think about me. Because I know if I'm getting better every single day, there will be some haters actually. And I'm happy that I have some haters. Why? It simply means there are a lot of people who truly love my content. That is why I'm getting some haters. If I'll do nothing, nobody will know me. As simple as that. Okay, same fundamental I want you to follow. You want to be bold, you want to be loud, you want to be confident. That is the only way you can truly sell yourself. Okay, so this is how we solve these type of puzzles, guys. I hope that you are actually getting somewhat confident. Okay, somewhat confident. Okay, so there's another piece of puzzle, but we'll do it tomorrow. Okay, for now, we'll go a little bit further actually. So I'll take next 15-20 minutes. Okay, then I'll open up for questions. Okay, so what we'll do now is we have studied the primitive types. So, okay, let me close this. So we have studied the primitive types. Okay, so now we'll start with numbers. Okay, so the first one is your numbers. So let me create a new file called 2.js. Okay, and in case if you are wondering how come I'm getting such nice, cute icons, okay, why? Because I'll tell you, because I have this extension called as, where is it? Yeah, material icon theme by Philip Kife. This is completely optional, but it amplifies, it enhances your VS Code experience. If you're anyway going to work it, why not have a better experience? Correct? Yeah. So this is something we can use. Okay. So material icon theme you want to use. So if you are wondering where are these extensions coming from, you want to go back to the previous recordings. So previous recordings are very important for you guys. Okay. So I understand you may not be able to watch it now, but if you set a goal properly, if you'll schedule properly, you can easily watch those recordings if you'll plan properly. Okay. Now let us start with the first data type called as number. Okay. So before numbers, I think it's better to start with Boolean because Boolean is the easiest data type. What is a Boolean? Okay, so Booleans are simply true or false values. They are simply true or false values. Okay, what do I mean? So I can have either a true, I can have a false. In simple words, Boolean is like a question that can only be answered in true or false. Suppose if I'm asking you a question, okay, is today Saturday or not? Okay, so in India, it is Saturday evening. In US, okay, in US, it is still morning, but still the answer is yes only. You can say true, you can say false, you cannot say maybe. Okay, there is no maybe here. So Booleans are just true and false values. Okay, how do I create a Boolean value? Like this, let. Okay, now I'm about to create a Boolean value. Observe the name. Observe the name. Anyone can tell me the significance of using the keyword is here. No, sorry, not keyword. This is word here. There's a special meaning for this is. Anyone can tell me? We can use the same in JavaScript.
Yes or no
Yes.
answers.
Come again?
Yes or no answers. We get yes or no answer when we.
Okay. But Nishit, I can do like this also. Let logged in equal to true. I can still get a yes or no answer. Any special meaning for using is word here?
Asking question.
Yeah, very good. That is what you're asking. Correct. So here, Nishit has mentioned a very important point. I'm asking a question. Like in English, when I'm asking a question, how do I ask? Is something done? Something like this. So whenever I use this word is, it means I'm asking a question. And that question can only be answered in true or false. Those are called as Boolean values. Okay, so yes, you can still create let logged in equal to true. Okay, but much better is if you do like this, is logged in. Because if anyone looks at this, they can clearly understand it's a Boolean value. So you want to have basically write code in a much better way. So we are, along with coding, along with JavaScript, what are we also learning? We are also learning clean coding practices. Most people don't understand this part. They just write the code. They don't care about whether the code is good or not, whether the code is optimized or not, whether the code is simple or not. Okay. Yeah. So you want to write the code in a much simplified manner so that not only you, others truly also appreciate your code. Okay. So your goal is to make the code simple, not the other way around. Okay. Some people are like, let me create the most complex, most difficult code so that people will say, wow, what a code. But that is a pathetic code. Actually, if people are not able to understand, it's pathetic. It's trash according to. Okay. So you should create simplest code. Okay. So this is how we can do. Another example, silly example though, is water wet. Is water wet. I think you all can understand this. Is, what is the meaning of is now? I'm simply asking a question that can only be answered in true or false. Okay. So in this case, it can only be answered true. Okay. So these are called as Boolean values. So they are simply true or false, yes or no, 1 or 0. Now, very important concept in JavaScript is variables can change their types, and this is called as dynamic typing. Now, this is something what Java people are not used to. Okay, because in Java, we create a variable like this, int data equal to 10 or int count equal to 10. Okay, so I'm clearly specifying the data type. So I'm clearly saying in Java, this is Java actually. This is only for Java people. So JavaScript people who are learning coding for the first time, ignore this part. Okay, so I'm clearly saying data can only contain a number. Nothing else is allowed. But in JavaScript, this is not allowed. Okay, so in this case, in JavaScript, what do I do? Let me give a simple example. Let num of donuts equal to 12. What is the meaning? I'm simply creating a variable called num of donuts. I'm giving a value of 12. Okay. Yeah. So now, can I change this value to something else? See, this is allowed. Even in Java also. Like this. This is allowed. As long as I'm keeping it a number, this is allowed. But, okay. Now, can I do this? Num of donuts equal to true. Okay. Now it is a Boolean value. Now it's a Boolean. Okay. Unfortunately, this is allowed in JavaScript because of a feature called dynamic typing. Okay. Yeah. So what is happening? I'm storing a new data type only inside this variable. Again, num of donuts. Let me change something. Num of donuts equal to, hi there. This is also allowed. Now it's a string. Now it's a string. Okay. Yeah. So this is allowed, but you're not supposed to do this because it's a very poor practice. Very, very poor. So what should I do here? Don't do this. You're not supposed to do this. This part. Okay. Line 21 and 22. This is fine. Okay. You are respecting the same data type. You are storing another number. This is allowed. But what is not allowed as per good practice is any other type. True is not a number. True is a Boolean. This is a string. We'll talk about strings after this. Okay. This is called dynamic typing. And that is why I was showing you something called as TypeScript code. In TypeScript, if you try to change the type, it is not allowed. TypeScript immediately throws an error. That's one of the reasons why I want to use TypeScript and not JavaScript. Okay. So by the time we'll reach TypeScript, you will have some confidence. Oh, TypeScript is not that difficult. It is very easy actually, because my basics of JavaScript are clear. That is what you start believing. And that's my goal for you all. Okay. Yeah. So.
Excuse me?
Yes, Tashika.
I have a quick question here.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Tashika, are you there?
within your script somewhere and it'll be confusion. That's the only reason we don't? Or there's anything else?
Your voice was breaking actually. I couldn't hear what you were saying. Come again.
Hello?
Yes, Tashika.
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Yeah,
now
my
I can hear
question was, we don't prefer using it just for the reason that some developer might change the value data type somewhere in the script, which causes
Okay.
confusion. That is the sole reason, or there is something in the code that also, why
No,
don't we use?
nothing to do with the code, Tashika. The only reason is it can cause a lot of confusion actually. Because
Okay.
see, I told you something. What is that something? Okay, let me scroll it here. See, make sure that variable names are descriptive. You remember this part? I just told you a few minutes
Yes.
back.
Yes.
Now, see, if I create a descriptive name, num of donuts, it is clearly telling me it should be a number. See,
Yes.
and I'm breaking the rule only. See, I'm breaking the only rule that I'm only creating. See, I hope you understand now.
I get it.
Yeah, so it is only to avoid the confusion. So guys, that's a very good question asked by Ashika. Okay, so why do we not use it? Because of the confusion. Okay, in this case, ideally, I want to create two separate variables. One variable for storing true, one variable for storing this value. I hope now Ashika is clear. Okay, so next piece is called as your strings. Okay, strings. Okay, what are strings? Okay, strings are pieces of text or group of characters. Wow, I just love this AI, guys. I don't want to type anymore. Okay, strings. And sometimes it makes some small mistakes. Okay, like this. Okay, so strings, they are groups of characters. Okay, and how do we write a string, guys? Okay, this is something which is very, very important in JavaScript. Okay, so we wrap them in quotes. Okay, single quote or double quotes. And we also have something called as backticks. We covered this backtick last time. Okay, so people who are not present in the last class and who has not seen the last video and the demo videos, okay, anyone can tell me what is a backtick key? It is there in your keyboard. It's just that most people don't know this. There's something called as a backtick key. People who didn't attend last time. Okay, Tashika is saying under escape, very good. Okay, so we have a very different type of a code. And I always used to wonder why we have a code like this. Do we ever use it? The answer is yes, this code is used heavily in JavaScript. This code is called as backtick. Okay, so in JavaScript, we create a string using single quote or double quote or backticks. Okay, so how do we create a string? What is a string basically? Okay, my name, your name, Playwright, all these things are what? Strings. When we have more than one characters, or in simple words, pieces of text or group of characters joined together. In Java, we have a separate type called character for single character. Okay, but in JavaScript, we don't have such thing. We have only a single type called string. Whether it is a single character or multiple characters, one thing, one type. Okay, yeah. So let first name equal to, let's say, Ziggy. Now, this time I'm using single quote. This is allowed. Okay, and yeah, semicolons are completely optional in JavaScript. Okay, yeah, semicolons are completely optional, but if you want, you can use it. But again, very important thing is you want to be consistent. If you're not using anywhere, don't use them. But if you're using them, use everywhere. Why? Just being consistent, as simple as that. Okay, so let first name equal to Ziggy. Now, another variable. Let MSG equal to, what am I doing? Hi there. See, this time I'm using what? Double quotes. So single quote is allowed, double quote is allowed. See, single quote, double quote. I can also use backticks also. Okay, for example, let animal equal to tiger. See, I can use all these different quotes and all these are allowed. But again, we want to be consistent. This is very poor if I'm writing like this, just for experimenting. For practice, it's fine. Okay, but in real projects, you want to be consistent. Either use single quote or double quote or backticks. Backticks have a special reason. Backticks are used for a special purpose, and we'll talk about this part in the strings only. Okay, in the template literals part. Okay, then we have something called as a type of operator. Type of operator. Now, what is a type of operator? Okay, type of operator simply gives me the data type. For example, first name is what? It's a string. How do I find? See, visually I can see it's a string, but how can I find it out using your JavaScript? By using the type of operator. Okay, let me show you. So I think you are still able to see my, okay, browser, correct. So if I go to the Google, clear it. Now if I simply hit enter, okay, what's happening? Yeah, so let me clear it. Close it. Yeah, see, if I want to find out what is this value, say type of 10. 10 is a number. Type of Piyush. Piyush is a string. Type of true. True is a boolean. Now, guys, did you observe something weird in this output? Let me know if any one of you can experience something weird in this output. If you'll observe carefully, you might find something weird. Let's see who gets it. Try, guys, try. Let's see. Something weird is
Written in
there.
code.
Oh, yes, Nashad. Exactly. They are given in the quotes. This is weird. Actually, this data type is number, but wrapped as a string because of these quotes. So the data type is actually a string only. So this number is a string. This string is again wrapped as a string. Very weird, actually. Boolean, but wrapped as a string. So type of always gives you data type, but wrapped as a string. That is something you need to understand. Okay. So you'll keep on hearing this from me. JavaScript is somewhat weird. Somewhat. Okay. Yeah, it gives you the type, but wrapping it as a string. But if you do the same in VS Code, you will not see this. So console.log type of say Piyush. Let's see. So if I run this code, I'm only running line number 35. I'm ignoring everything else. Now if I click on the play button, it's a string. Look at this. See, am I getting single quote or something? No. So it's there, but VS Code is not showing it to me. Okay, that is why I'm running this code here. So, and in case if you're wondering why am I running sometimes code here in console, why am I running code in the VS Code? There's no special reason. Sometimes in If there's a single line of code, it is easier to run in the browser. Why? Just type, hit enter. That's it. But in VS Code, if you write a single line, select it, move your cursor, click on the play button. So I'm a little lazy, so I'm sometimes preferring this option also. Just type, hit enter. That's it. It is very easy, but there's no special reason. Okay. So this is called as what? This is my type of operator. And observe one thing over here. Everything is in lowercase. Okay. So in type of, O is not off like this. See, this is not allowed. You have to write in lowercase. Everything is in lowercase. The type of operator. And this is very handy at times. Okay. Now the next part. Can you use quote inside a quote? The answer is yes. Okay. Simple answer. Suppose if I do this, Piyush, can I use quote inside a quote? This is not allowed. Single quote inside single quote, not allowed. JavaScript will throw an error. So now if I say Playwright, let me, oh yeah, because of this error, I have to comment it out. Now if I say Playwright, double quote inside double quote, again not allowed. So the string is broken. Okay, not allowed. But what is allowed is if I do like this. So if I have a string called Playwright in double quotes, I can use a single quote. This is allowed. Okay, this is allowed. Or if you have a single quote string, you can use a double quote inside. This is also allowed. So double quote inside single quote is allowed. Single quote inside double quote, that is also allowed. But in backticks, this is very, very flexible. You can use single quote or even double quote, like this. Single quote, double quote. Everything is allowed. Okay, so these are the basics, guys. We should know all these things. Okay, yeah, and we are covering everything actually. Okay, so we are covering in a very structured manner. It's not like we are covering something randomly. No, it doesn't make sense. Okay?
Yeah, what is the purpose of that using quotes in between the quotes?
Okay, sometimes it is used. Like some people say hi there and they want to write hi quote there. There's no special reason. Sometimes people just prefer it. That's it. There's no special reason as such. Are you getting, Masha?
Okay, got it.
Yeah. Okay. So it's just a way of writing. Okay. Yeah. So now, okay. So now the next part, somebody is asking a question. Some name has it as well. Oh, yes. Yeah. It's like I've seen there are some French names like O'Connell or something. Yeah. O'Connell. I've seen this name actually in movies. Okay. Yeah. So wherein we have a single quote. Some people have names. Very good, Amit. Yeah, you actually helped me remember it. Okay. It's like some names have it. In that case, we have to wrap in double quotes. If we are having a single quote in the name, we have to wrap in double quotes. We cannot use that name in single quotes. Okay. Yeah. So I think we are good for today. So what we'll do now is now I'm opening up for questions. Okay. Yeah. So I'm opening up for questions. So now if you have some questions, you can ask me, guys. Okay. But I would suggest just do one thing. Please raise your hands. Okay. So let me do one thing. Let me change this setting now. So, okay. Now you have to just raise your hand or you can ask me unmute option. Okay. If you have any question, feel free to ask me. You can post in the chat. You can tell me. You can talk to me also. Let's see who has a question. Yes, guys. I would like to hear from you if you have any question. But by the way, yeah, Santosh is asking. So I'm giving an option to unmute. Yes, Santosh.
Hi, Pish. Just as I said earlier, like at first day, like so when we will be getting the recordings after each class, we will be getting it in some shape path updated so that we have to check it from there, take it from there, how it is.
Okay, I'll tell you. Very good question. So, Santosh, in this case, what happens is actually the team is on leave on because it is Saturday night. So they are, of course, they're obviously not there. And Sunday is a holiday for them. So technically, you will get these videos on Monday. But if somebody wants videos early, since I'm having a Zoom paid account, I am the host of this meeting. I have the access of these raw recordings. Raw recording I can share, but the process recording I don't have the rights. That the team will share with you only when if you provide your registered email ID. So now people who are enrolled. So we have just today only in the afternoon, we have created a new WhatsApp group and we have added the enrolled people in that group. Okay. So now they'll be asking for your email IDs, registered email IDs, and they'll be giving you the access so that only registered email IDs will get the access for the process recording. But if somebody who's not able to attend the class, and if you still want to attend, see this recording, but not on Monday, and if you want to see it sooner, you can just send a WhatsApp to me and I can share it with you. I can do this.
Sure. So as you was just mentioning, like for each person, you have to connect to over the WhatsApp for individual. Is it something you can also main type? You can create some share path group for our your current.
Exactly.
Yeah, even the process one I understood because still we need to wait for that process one till Monday. From your side also, can you just have it one share path where we can get it updated for everyone if they miss or
Yes.
if they want to work out on the weekends?
So Santosh, what I'll do is, the best way is what I'm continuously doing for other batches also is like in the same WhatsApp group, I'll add this raw recording also. People who want to see this recording,
Yes.
so we can do this.
Yeah, that will help. Yeah. Thanks, Pesh.
Yes. So Santosh, just wanted to ask, so how was this today's class for you? Did you find it useful? Were you able to understand the concepts? Very important thing, especially for me as a trainer. What do you guys think? Were you able to understand the concepts? Yeah, Santosh, you there? I can't hear you. Oh, so I'm. Yes, Santosh, I think you can unmute now.
Yeah, sorry. I'm muted. I was unable to unmute. Yeah.
Oh, no
Yeah,
problem.
yeah, it was
Okay.
good. It was good. It was, yeah, it was very clear. I know the explanation was very good. Thank you so much, Piyush. Yeah, it was
I'm so
interesting.
glad.
Yeah,
Fine.
the interaction was very good. That is more helping more again. Yeah.
Exactly. So when you are actually joining a live class, the reason is you want basically to interact with the trainer actually. Otherwise, what's the point? There are so many courses out there, or right, on YouTube or Udemy, right? So, but why do people want? They look for more hand holding. They are looking for guidance, step-by-step guidance. You don't get this outside. Okay. So thank you
That's
so much,
true.
Santosh.
True.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Tashika is saying, who do I reach out to get enrolled? Okay. So indirectly, thank you so much, Tashika, for saying that you are liking the class. So you can just drop me a WhatsApp. I'll help you to enroll actually. So people who are joining in for the first time, and if you have made up your mind, if you like my teaching style, and if you think that, yes, I'm the right person who can help you and mentor you basically, okay, you can drop me a WhatsApp. My number is 7738 532684. This is my WhatsApp number. You can just drop me a WhatsApp. Okay, I'll help you with the enrollment part. Will all these classes only on weekends and batch timings? So Dharani, how do you pronounce your name? Sorry, you have to help me firstly. I don't want to pronounce names incorrectly. So guys, it's a very important question. Never spell somebody's name incorrectly. It's a very, very bad etiquette. It's better to ask the person first. Why? People's names are precious for them. Never ever butcher their names. Okay, yeah. So Amol is asking, I asked you about BDD. Will we cover? So Amol, BDD is technically not a part of this course, but if you still want it, I can do this, as I was mentioning earlier. Yes, Santosh. So okay, I'll have to give you a unmute option.
Yeah. Piyush, like one more question. Just as the schedule was mentioned 2 hours, but I think 2 hours will not be still sufficient, right? Piyush, is it something like it will be, we need to plan for 3 to 4 hours, something like that, yeah, so that everyone can be in line in that?
Okay, so what we'll do now is, the better thing is, so okay, I'll tell you. So what is happening here? So firstly, the classes are only on weekends. It is Saturday and Sunday. So today was more like a mini demo or something. Okay, because some people are still joining for the first time. Okay, so in that case, so that is why I opened up for questions. Otherwise, next time onwards, what we'll do is we'll have a complete full 2 hour class. Okay, it might be even 2 hour 15 minutes also. Okay, so for Saturday and Sunday, it'll be around 4.5 hours to 5 hours approximately. Okay, so we have only Saturdays and Sundays because this is for those people who cannot attend the classes, guys, who cannot attend the classes on the weekdays. That is why. Okay, so it's a completely weekend only batch and you'll get all the recordings. But yes, guys, you will not be able to download the recordings. I don't want you to download, as simple as that. So when I share these recordings, okay, I remove the download option. Why? I've seen people misusing it. So we don't want to get into that situation only. Okay, I shared with my friends. My friend was asking, we can't control all that, right? So we simply remove the recording. This download access. Okay.
Yeah, that should be fine, Piyush, unless we are having access to see. Yeah, we should be.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct. Right? Yeah. And you will be able to see these recordings only from your registered email ID, not even from another email ID. Okay. Yeah. Because these will be created on a private YouTube channel. Only you will have the access. I will have the access, not anyone else. So these
So
recordings
you're
will be
talking
available.
about the processed one only, right,
Yeah,
Piyush, or
process
which
one.
you are sending? Processed
No,
one.
no.
Okay.
The one that I am sending, those will be deleted after 10 or 15 days. But after
Okay.
maybe 2 or 3 days, you will get a process recording. You don't need my recording in that case.
Right. That should be okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because Zoom
Thank
has a
you. Thank you.
limitation of 10 GBs. I have to remove the previous recordings. Otherwise, this recording will not happen only. Okay. So,
Yes.
Prasad is saying, how long the recordings will be available? These are for life, Prasad. Okay, forever. Till the time YouTube is there, you will have these recordings. How many classes? Batch timings. So, Dharani, so approximately we'll have around, you can say 40 hours of course approximately. And the batch timings are same timing. 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. on Saturdays, and 7:30 to 9:30 on Sundays. So Prasad is saying, can you provide a WhatsApp number? Definitely, Prasad. So 7738532684. So this is my WhatsApp number. I've just shared in the meeting chat. So Prasad, Tashika, so and some more people who have some questions or who have some special questions you want to ask me, you can definitely reach out to me, and I'll be happy to answer. Any more questions, guys? But I still remember like last time. So once we completed this session, for the next 2 hours, people were bombarding me with questions. They were like, "Piyush, we just love this particular thing," and almost we get so many enrollments on the same day itself. I don't know. So what we did, but see, guys, this is how I really teach. I like to always keep my energy levels high. Some of you actually asked me, Piyush, how come your energy level is so high, especially on the evening? This is who I am, actually. This is who I am. I always like to keep my energy levels high. Initially, I used to fake it. Yeah. But now it is my natural process. Why? Because I want to give my best. As simple as that. I want to give my best. Okay, that is what I want to tell you. Always give your maximum. Don't believe in the minimum mentality. Let me give an example. If my goal is 10,000 steps for the day, which is, okay, I'll actually walk for 10,500. Why? Just some more. Just some more. I don't believe in this minimum mentality disease. According to me, average is the worst thing to be. I will never want to be an average in something. Yeah, I want to excel. I'm crazy about improving myself, guys. And that is what I tell everyone. So the course will end probably end of April. So this is February end. Yeah. Yes, Dipanshu. Somewhere around April end something. Approximately. Plus, even if this course gets over, you still have access to me. You can stay in touch with me on LinkedIn also. So in case if you didn't see me on LinkedIn, so this is my LinkedIn profile. You may want to connect with me. I'm very, very active on LinkedIn. And I also teach people how to basically develop this power of networking, guys. Every single day, my follow counts are increasing because I'm doing something good. Yeah, I'm doing something good. Okay. So you want to stay active. LinkedIn is a gold mine. This is my profile. You may want to get connected if you like me. Okay. If you like me, you can stay in touch. So any more questions you can post in the chat, you can ask me, or you can just raise your hands and I'll give an option to unmute. Why? Otherwise, if everybody unmutes, it becomes a little chaotic. So I've removed the option of you to unmute. Okay. Any questions? So I still see some people actually. So Sindhu is there. Okay. I think she's from UK. Okay. Pooja is there. So I see some familiar faces. Okay. Arpita is also there. Okay. So if you have any questions, guys, you can ask me, or else we can stop for today. And tomorrow we'll have the class at the same timing. Okay. So I usually start the class at least maybe 3, 4, 5 minutes early. So people who maybe want to ask me something. Okay. So I usually do a little chit chat with people just to get to know people, because I feel, okay, I like to basically get connected with people on a personal level, because again, I believe in networking, guys. I believe in making long-term connections. Okay. Yeah. This is very important. I'm telling you something from my experience, guys. If you truly want people to remember you, okay, right, make people feel good. Yeah. Help people feel good about themselves. Very, very important skill that your manager may not have. Yeah, the one day, the person, one person messaged me saying that, Piyush, my manager is a jerk. And you know what I told her? That particular person, I told her, see, your manager is actually telling you what not to do. Don't be like him. So that's the best thing you can do. Yeah. Pooja
Yeah,
saying
please,
thank you,
please.
sir. Yeah.
Is
Shraddha
tomorrow
is
still a free session, or it will be paid now tomorrow? Piyush?
I don't think so, actually, because we have anyways kept 3 free sessions. I think 3 sessions are more than enough for you to judge whether a trainer is good or not. If you still want more free sessions, I don't think this training is good for you in that case.
No,
Because
today only first day, right? So that's why I thought like I need to
okay,
go to demo sessions and yeah.
yeah, you can go to the demo session. After going to the demo session, you will immediately enroll. This is what I know. That is the
Yeah.
kind of feedback I'm getting from people. So guys, I'm posting my LinkedIn profile also. Some of you are mentioning. Okay, so Shraddha, this is my LinkedIn profile. How many bytes of data does string and Boolean JavaScript will take? Anjani is asking. So, Anjani, that's a very thoughtful question. I know this is something that you're coming from the Java background, but in JavaScript doesn't tell us how much data it is actually storing. This is something different with JavaScript because we are using let and const, not int byte short. Int is 4 bytes always. Byte is 2. Okay, but in JavaScript, we don't have this kind of thing. So Chitra, you can just drop me a WhatsApp. We can talk about this. Okay. So there are some more people. Oh, Prasad is asking. So Prasad, yes.
Yeah, hi Piyush. So I would like to know, so throughout this training course, so
Yes.
do we have any live project which we will be going through, or
Okay.
only the
So
concept which we are going to learn?
okay. So very good question again. So here, so I'll be sharing a couple of things with you. Okay, so those will be like a live project for you. When we'll be learning page object model in detail. Okay, yeah, page object model. We'll actually take a lot of different examples. We'll take some very tricky websites also, because in the real applications, we don't see such simple websites which just have IDs. Right? We don't want to see those applications. We want to see tricky applications, because in real-time projects, okay, in real-time work, actually, we see very difficult to automate websites, and we'll see tons of examples for that. I hope that answers your question, Prasad. So, all right. Any other questions? Thank you, Santosh. Thank you. So guys, the class is actually NTD. I don't know what is NTD. I'm not a Gen Z, guys. I don't know these short forms. Sorry, I'm a Gen X, whatever. I don't know what is NTD. You have to, okay, need to drop. You can, guys, you can. Okay, so yeah. So guys, you can reach out to me. So if you have made up your mind, okay, if you're not enrolled already, I would suggest you can get yourself enrolled. This is not just a course. This is more like a mentorship program, according to me. Okay, so not only will be learning JavaScript, because we'll be studying together. Actually, I'm not teaching you. We are learning together. We are studying together. Okay, so these 2 hours is like more like a focus group. Okay, so wherein you're not supposed to do any other thing. Actually, we'll be truly focused on our career. Okay, we are actually getting better in JavaScript because we are looking for better opportunities. Okay, so if you have made up your mind, just drop me a WhatsApp. I'll help you enroll. Okay, so tomorrow we'll start on time, which is 7:30 sharp. But actually, I'll start 5 minutes early. If somebody wants to talk to me and talk to me in Hindi, yeah, I can. Okay. So that's it for today, guys. So looks like most of the questions are answered. And if you still have more questions, you can actually drop me a WhatsApp. Okay, so you are asking me questions. So again, I posted my number. This is my number. You can drop me a WhatsApp if you still have any queries. Okay, and I'll be happy to answer. Okay, so see you guys. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure talking to you all. I like your energy. I like your interactivity. So again, we'll do the same tomorrow. Okay, so we'll continue from where we have stopped. Okay, and if you want, I can share this recording with you after some time, because the processing might take 15-20 minutes. So Zoom take, I think, maybe sometimes 20-30 minutes to process, and then I can share this recording with you. Okay, thank you, Tashika, for sharing this. Okay, so Madhushri saying thank you, Piyush. It was a very good session. Thank you, Madhushri. So thank you for bringing your friend also, and the other person you were saying. So I'm glad to hear this from you. I'm able to help. Okay, so see you guys. Thank you so much, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye bye. Good night, and happy Ramadan for some people. Okay, yeah. Okay, bye bye.